You probably think your opinions are your own, that your political views, your tastes, and your life choices are the result of careful reflection. But science suggests we're being overwritten. In November 2025, researchers at Northeastern University discovered that social media algorithms can shift your entire political identity in just 7 days. That's a process that normally takes 3 years of real-life experience compressed into a single week. Do the math. That means your radicalization, your anger, your opinions, they are being accelerated 150 times faster than nature intended. You think you're making choices? No, you are being programmed. We are standing on the edge of a new reality where you are no longer the player. You're just the data point. Welcome to the era of Dataism. And if you don't understand how this machine works by the end of this video, you won't just lose your privacy. You might lose your mind. Let's dive in. Part 1. The shift from humanism to Dataism. To understand why we're in this mess, we have to look at the philosophy running the show. Yuval Noah Harari, the historian who basically predicted half of our modern problems, calls this Dataism. Now, don't let the fancy name fool you. It's actually quite simple, and it's terrifyingly effective. For the last few centuries, we've lived in the age of humanism. The rule was simple. Meaning comes from inside you. If you wanted to know if something was good or bad, you listened to your gut. You consulted your feelings. You were the center of the universe. But Dataism flips the script. It says, your feelings, they're unreliable. The only thing that matters is the flow of data. Let me give you a real-world example that proves you are already a dataist, whether you admit it or not. Imagine it's the year 2000. You see a Japanese tourist in Paris taking photos of everything. Back then, people laughed. They said, why can't he just enjoy the moment? Fast forward to today. Now, we are that tourist. If you go to India and see a majestic elephant, what's your first instinct? Do you stand there, close your eyes, and ask, how does this make me feel? No. You're too busy fumbling for your iPhone. You snap the picture, you upload it to Instagram, you check your notifications 2 minutes later to see if anyone liked it. Here is the scary part. Under the logic of Dataism, if you didn't post that elephant, did you even see it? The old humanist habit of writing a private diary? To a modern teenager, that seems like insanity. Why write it if nobody reads it? The new motto is record, upload, share. We have stopped searching for meaning inside ourselves. We are just feeding our experiences into the great data stream, hoping the algorithm will tell us what it all means. Part 2, the broken pyramid, or why we need AI. Here's the problem. For thousands of years, the human brain had a job. We took raw data, turned it into information, distilled that into knowledge, and eventually we found wisdom. But today, the flow of data is too fast. It's a tsunami. Your brain cannot process the millions of tweets, articles, and videos uploaded every hour. You are drowning. So Dataism says, step aside, human. Let the machines handle this. We have effectively outsourced our cognitive processing to electronic algorithms. We trust them to filter our news, pick our music, and even find our dates. And sure, on the surface, this looks great. AI can diagnose diseases better than a doctor. It can translate languages in real time. It's a huge productivity boost, a total game changer. But there's a catch. When you stop processing data yourself, you stop generating wisdom. You just accept the output. And that brings us back to that shocking study from Northeastern University I mentioned at the start. Part 3, the business of hate, the MIT and Northeastern studies. Why are these algorithms so good at radicalizing us? Is it a bug, a mistake in the code? No, it's a feature. In May 2025, Darren Acemoglu from MIT, the guy who wrote Why Nations Fail, dropped a bombshell paper on the political economy of AI. He found that digital hostility is a business model. Let's cut to the chase. Tech giants don't care if you are left, right, conservative, or liberal. They care if you are engaged. And nothing, listen, I mean nothing, keeps you glued to a screen, like rage, the algorithm realizes very quickly, hey, when I show Bob this calm, factual article, he leaves in 30 seconds. But when I show Bob this conspiracy theory that makes him hate his neighbor, he stays for an hour. So, the system traps you in an information bubble. It feeds you content that validates your bias and demonizes the other side. This isn't just about showing you what you like. It's about rewiring your perception of reality to maximize shareholder value. That 150 times acceleration of radicalization, that's not an accident. That's efficiency. You are being radicalized because you are more profitable when you are angry. Part 4, hacking the human, or the future of Dataism. But wait, it gets deeper. If you think this stops at social media, you're missing the big picture. The ultimate goal of Dataism isn't just to sell you anything. It's to hack the human organism. Think about the Cambridge Analytica scandal from a few years back. You know, everyone focused on the politics, but the real lesson was this. Humans are hackable animals. If you have enough data points, your likes, your location, your heart rate from your Apple Watch, you don't need to argue with a person to change their mind. You just need to find the right emotional key and turn it. Right now, Google and Meta are in the attention business. They sell your eyes to advertisers, but that model is dying. The new model is far more radical. Imagine a near future. You don't ask Google for search results. You say, hey Google, you know everything about cars, you know my budget, but you also know my driving habits, my political views on climate change, and even how I want to be perceived by my neighbors. What car should I buy? If the algorithm works perfectly, if it truly knows you better than you know yourself, why would you ever doubt it? You stop choosing. You trust the data. And once we cross that line, the advertising industry collapses. Why show you an ad for a Toyota if the algorithm has already decided you're buying a Tesla? But the scary part isn't the economy. It's the inequality. In the 20th century, inequality was about class, capitalists versus proletariat. In the age of dataism, if data becomes concentrated in the hands of a few elites, Google, OpenAI, governments, we aren't looking at class warfare. We are looking at biological speciation. Those who own the data will be able to re-engineer life itself. They will be upgraded. The rest of us, we become a useless data source. It's the difference between being the farmer and being the cow. Part 5, possibility, not prophecy. I know. That sounds dystopian. It sounds like a Black Mirror episode that went off the rails. But here is the most important thing you need to take away from this video. This scenario is a possibility, not a prophecy. Dataism relies on one thing, your apathy. It relies on you saying, take the wheel, I'm too tired to think. There is a valid argument for AI. If an AI doctor can spot cancer 5 years before a human doctor, I want the AI. That's a no-brainer. But there's a fine line between optimizing health and outsourcing freedom. We have to learn to distinguish between the tool and the master. Use the data. Use the AI. But do not lose the ability to find meaning within yourself. Don't let the algorithm be the only thing that validates your existence. If you see the elephant, look at it with your own eyes. Feel it. Keep some part of your experience offline, unshared, and purely yours. Because in a world that wants to turn you into a biochemical algorithm, the most rebellious thing you can do is remain human. I'll keep you in the loop on the next one. Stay human.